Elara Westfield tapped her console, brows furrowed. Static crackled through the speakers. A faint signal, barely there. It pulsed with an unknown rhythm. This wasn't any distress call she'd ever heard. It felt ancient, powerful. Her gut churned. This was something different, something big. The signal pointed towards the far side of the moon, the unexplored hemisphere, shrouded in shadow and mystery. The source remained unidentified, but the message was clear, a plea for help. Elara, ever the explorer, felt a surge of adrenaline. This was a one-way ticket, a leap into the unknown. But some calls you just couldn't ignore. Celestial Ark, prepare for immediate departure, Elara commanded, her voice firm. We're going to the far side. The hum of the engine vibrated through the ship as it launched into the void, leaving behind the familiar comfort of the lunar base. She had a feeling this was going to be a one-way trip. The Celestial Ark, a marvel of engineering, cut through the black velvet of space. Elara gripped the armrests, her gaze fixed on the approaching lunar surface. Craters scarred the landscape, silent testament to millennia of cosmic bombardment. The far side held an unnerving stillness, an undisturbed solitude that both captivated and unsettled her. They landed near the signal's origin, a desolate plain stretched before them, bathed in the eerie glow of earthshine. The silence was absolute, broken only by the hiss of their breathing apparatus. Elara checked her suit, her pulse quickening. This was it. Time to face the unknown. Stay sharp, Elara warned her crew, her voice tight with anticipation. We don't know what we're dealing with. She stepped onto the lunar dust, the first human to set foot on this untouched territory. The signal pulsed stronger now, a beacon guiding them toward their destiny. They followed the signal to the edge of a massive crater, and there it stood, bathed in the ethereal light of the distant Earth, a monolith. Its surface was smooth, obsidian black, reflecting the starlight like a shattered mirror. It pulsed with the same rhythm as the signal, an ancient heartbeat in the silence of space. As Elara reached out to touch the monolith, it hummed. The ground beneath them rumbled. A section of the crater wall shimmered, then dissolved, revealing a hidden entrance. Inside, a vast chamber awaited, bathed in an otherworldly blue light. Consoles lined the walls, displaying intricate symbols that seemed to writhe and shift before their eyes. This wasn't just a chamber, it was a control room, and etched into the central dais, a single word pulsed with the same blue light. Nexus. Elara's heart pounded against her ribs. This was bigger than anything she could have imagined. A voice, ancient and powerful, boomed through the chamber, seeming to emanate from the walls themselves. It spoke of a time long ago, when the universe was young, and a race of beings seeded life on countless worlds. Earth, the voice revealed, was one such world. And the moon, far from being a mere satellite, housed a machine of immense power, the Nexus. The Nexus, the voice explained, maintained the delicate balance of energy in this sector of the galaxy. But something was wrong. The Nexus was failing. Its energy was unstable, causing anomalies on both Earth and the moon. Earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and strange gravitational fluctuations were just the beginning. If the Nexus failed completely, both worlds would be consumed by a catastrophic energy surge. You are the caretakers now, the voice boomed, echoing through the chamber. The fate of your world, of both worlds, rests in your hands. Elara felt the weight of responsibility settle on her shoulders. She had a choice to make. Repair the Nexus, or watch as two worlds perished. The control room provided a map of sorts, a labyrinthine network of tunnels and chambers that led deep into the lunar core. The Nexus lay at the heart of it all, a pulsing beacon of unstable energy. But the path was fraught with danger. Gravitational anomalies played havoc with their equipment, and strange, luminous creatures flitted through the tunnels, their forms shifting and changing like living shadows. Elara pushed forward, her resolve hardening with each challenge. She navigated treacherous chasms that seemed to stretch into infinity, their depths filled with a swirling chaos of light and energy. The air grew heavy, saturated with a strange metallic tang that set their teeth on edge. They battled through it all, their determination fueled by the knowledge that the fate of two worlds hung in the balance. Each step took them closer to the Nexus, closer to the source of the instability that threatened to unravel the delicate fabric of existence. Finally, they reached it. The Nexus. It pulsed like a heart, a colossal sphere of swirling energy suspended within a vast chamber. Arcs of lightning crackled across its surface, and tendrils of pure light reached out like grasping claws. The air thrummed with power, threatening to overwhelm their senses. The chamber itself was a symphony of chaos and beauty. Crystalline structures, sharp as knives and clear as ice, sprouted from the walls, their edges glowing with an inner fire. The ground beneath their feet vibrated with the Nexus's erratic heartbeat, a constant reminder of the immense power they were dealing with. Elara knew what she had to do. The control room had shown her the way. The sequence of commands needed to stabilize the Nexus, but one wrong move, one miscalculation, could trigger a catastrophic chain reaction. The fate of two worlds rested on her next move. Taking a deep breath, Elara approached the Nexus, her gloved hand outstretched. She could feel its heat on her skin, a searing intensity that threatened to consume her, but she didn't flinch. With steady hands, she input the commands, her fingers dancing across the control panel. The Nexus pulsed, its light intensifying until the chamber was bathed in a blinding white. Elara braced herself, the energy washing over her like a physical force. For a moment, everything went silent. Then slowly, the light began to recede. The lightning subsided. The tendrils of energy withdrew. The Nexus, once a chaotic maelstrom, now hummed with a steady, calming energy. The chamber, too, seemed to sigh in relief, the crystalline structures dimming to a soft glow. The air, thick with tension moments before, now felt clear and light. Elara had done it. She had restored balance to the Nexus, and in doing so, saved both Earth and the Moon from destruction. Their mission accomplished, Elara and her crew retraced their steps, navigating the labyrinthine tunnels back to the surface. The strange creatures were gone. The gravitational anomalies subsided. The lunar depths, once hostile and unpredictable, now felt strangely serene. They emerged from the crater into the cold light of the distant Earth, their steps lighter, their hearts filled with a quiet sense of triumph. The celestial arc awaited, its sleek silhouette a comforting sight against the backdrop of stars. As they boarded, Elara paused, gazing back at the crater that hid the secrets of an ancient civilization. The monolith still stood, a silent sentinel in the lunar dust, a reminder of the responsibility she had shouldered and the power she had wielded. "Let's go home," she said, her voice filled with a mixture of exhaustion and exhilaration. As the celestial arc lifted off, leaving the lunar surface behind, Elara knew that this was not the end. It was only the beginning. Back on the lunar base, hailed as heroes, Elara and her crew received a hero's welcome. The world listened with bated breath as they recounted their tale, a tale of ancient mysteries, incredible technology, and a courage that had saved not one but two worlds. Their story was a beacon of hope, a testament to the enduring spirit of exploration and the boundless possibilities that lay beyond the stars. But Elara knew that their work was far from over. The universe was vast, its secrets waiting to be uncovered. The celestial arc, fully fueled and prepped for new adventures, stood ready in its hangar, a symbol of humanity's insatiable thirst for knowledge and unwavering determination to push the boundaries of the known. Elara gazed out of the base's panoramic window, the Earth a vibrant sphere against the backdrop of the cosmos. A new mission called to her, a new adventure beckoned. The universe was vast, and she, Elara Westfield, was ready to explore its infinite wonders. The celestial arc awaited, its engines thrumming, a promise of new horizons and the endless pursuit of discovery.